So a bunch of people asked what setup I was riding for these past two videos and this one, and I am riding the Twister XT skate with endless 90mm frames, 90mm hydrogen wheels, and the FR rainproof bearings. I've had these bearings for over a year in my commuter setup and haven't even cleaned or serviced them a single time, and they are still good. I think other high performance bearings serviced regularly could be smoother and faster, but I just wanted to give these bearings a try because I often find myself skating in crappy or dirty terrain. In my aggressive skates, I run the Rollerblade ILQ9 bearings, but you have to clean and lube them from time to time. So previously, we skated from Queens through Brooklyn, over the Williamsburg Bridge, into Financial District, inside the World Trade Center, and now I have to skate 7.6 miles to my friend's apartment on the Upper West Side. First, I definitely need to fill up on some water for this trek, so I stopped at Pier 25 Skate Park in Tribeca. You can see the World Trade Center in the background. I haven't been to this park in a while. It's a decent little mini plaza in a dope location, but there are so many better parks and spots in the city that I really don't think it's as relevant as it used to be. When I first came to New York in 2014, a lot of rollerbladers would meet up here and skate because the park was fairly new and there weren't that many other good parks in the city. With the spots in the parks under the K Bridge and countless other new parks and spots in the cities, I don't think Tribeca is worth coming to anymore. It's dope for people that live in this area or are just sightseeing and want to casually hit a park in a cool part of Manhattan. I skate through the park and fill up on some water and start skating towards 96th Street. I take the pedestrian path because in some parts it's smoother. It's also breezier and cooler by the water. I just had to be sure not to hit anyone or get in their way. It's super fun weaving in between people, but I always make sure to go slow and be super aware of my surroundings because you can't ever expect other people to be looking out for you, especially on a footpath. Also, this segment of the path is going to end because of construction, so I am just taking a little break because as you will see, the bike path is a lot narrower and the speed of the bikes and other vehicles is a lot faster than the pedestrian path. Eventually it gets super congested and I have to bust out a T-stop to slow down a little bit. There is construction on the boardwalk part, so I merge onto the bike path carefully. I'm not even halfway there and I'm starting to get super tired. My goal here is to just skate past Chelsea Piers and sit in the grass and take a break. There is another super awesome skate park at Chelsea Piers, but I was just too gassed to stop and skate there. It is arguably the best transition park in New York. It is super crusty, but has one of the craziest designs I've ever seen at a skate park. I chilled for a few minutes drinking water and contemplating just taking the train there. Due to the bike path's isolation from the rest of Manhattan, it was going to take like the same amount of time or a few minutes longer even if I skated directly to the train stop. The cool thing about the West Side Highway is that there is water and bathrooms at regular intervals along the entire way. It is a car-free paradise for people on bikes, skates, skateboards, scooters, and pedestrians. The only downside is that if you're trying to get somewhere in Manhattan, you will have to cross the West Side Highway or the FDR Expressway to get off the bike path. For most shorter trips, it is usually faster to just skate a more direct route through the city without having to cross one of these highways twice. I decided to go into distance mode and put on a chill podcast and took it one stride at a time all the way to the Upper West Side. I got this chicken cutlet sandwich and it was almost $10. Now this isn't the deli's fault, it's just that rent and costs are so high that $10 is what they have to charge for this sandwich to make a profit. The prices at delis and restaurants are always adjusted to the neighborhood they are in. So today my friend Ari, aka the Stuttering Skater, taught me a new trick. Here is my best impersonation of it before he broke it down for me. I knew the basic gist of it that involved turning a spin stop / mohawk stop stride into a more flowy movement, but I just couldn't quite put my finger on it. Here is Ari demonstrating how to actually do it. We messed around the skate park for a bit, and as we were leaving, I finally got it. I only managed to get it on that one side, but I was super stoked to be able to add this to my locker. Big shout out to my friend Ari for teaching me this trick. You guys should definitely check out his channel. I'll link it in the description. What do you guys think about this move? Valid or nah? I did this fakie to forwards hockey stop that was super clean, but when I tried to film it, I couldn't quite get it. It was probably because I had just skated like 20 miles. Check out my friend Dale almost eat it trying to do the Ari move. He actually got it later, which was super dope. So with the whole squad, we headed to the new Pier 76 spot. It's a super open area with super smooth ground. I'd like to see a skate park or more skatable obstacles within this space, but this in itself is a blessing. A huge area to just vibe and skate flat ground. I think we can just see within this video that the amount of awesome places to skate in the city just keeps going up and up. I skated through what used to be considered one of the best skate parks in the city, Pier 25, to get water and passed through two even more epic skate parks, and then onwards to a crazy open mixed-use space. So we were vibing, having a couple beverages, listening to music, and kicking it. This was my first time here, and it was so awesome. Even though I would consider my main discipline to be aggressive inline, this day was so chill and fun. Here you can see me spamming the absolute crap of the new move I just learned. Afterwards, I contemplated taking the train back to my starting point of Ridgewood, Queens, but my friends Dale and Lena were down to skate more than 10 miles back to Brooklyn together. Eventually, we started playing tag, which is a super fun and dangerous thing you can do on skates. You can see me running away, being very safe, and we see Ari basically just letting himself get tagged so that he can, I guess, just be a total menace. He looks at me, and I book it away from him. He's trying to corner me. I'm going around. Only thing I know I can do is stop and change direction. Luckily, he falls, and I try to get out of there. I hot dog him for a little while, but then, yeah, I eventually get caught. Also, guys, you guys have to remember I was skating more than 20 miles up to this point, you know? So, but yeah. So, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I pretty much use all my gas look at Ari baiting me. What a toxic player. So I try to chase Eris down. That does not go well. And then I'm just like, dude, I gotta tag somebody. And Ari is following me. What kind of... So I tag this poor, unfortunate fellow. Here's Dale bombing down the bridge, which is always super fun. Okay, and now for the last loose end of this 3-part video series, the graffiti muralists in Brooklyn. As you may or may not remember from the first video, I encountered these artists painting and they said they would be done by the end of the day. Well, it's been more than a few hours later and here is their finished work. What do you guys think? I thought it was pretty sick. Anyways, if you've made it this far, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.